What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. So as many of you know by now, on Mondays I like doing kind of my hands-on reviews, but yesterday some pretty important watch-related news came up that I wanted to cover, so the review I was gonna do yesterday has been moved to today. I hope you don't mind. Alright, so even after I've done a few G-Shock related videos on this channel, I'm still getting people constantly writing to me telling me that I don't show G-Shock enough love, and that's just crazy to me. I mean, just recently I did the review on what I consider to be probably the best G-Shock ever invented, and if you haven't seen that review, I urge you to click the link in my description below because you don't want to miss it. But spoiler alert, it's the G-Shock DW5600E1V, just an amazing watch and incredibly affordable. So in today's episode, we're going to do a little G-Shock science experiment. So what if I told you we could take the very mighty little DW5600 and make it even mightier, make it bigger, make it badder, make it tougher in like a few very easy steps. All right, so to properly execute the science experiment, you're gonna need a DW5600E1V. For the sake of the video, I'm assuming you have one. You're also going to need a coffee mug, just any old coffee mug, and you're gonna very gingerly put the DW5600 in the mug, okay? We have the G-Shock in the coffee mug. Next, you're gonna need some Tapatio salsa picante. That's right, whether you're having fish, beef, or poultry, you bet it tastes better with the zesty kick of Tapatio salsa picante. I'm not getting paid by Tapatio, but I'm open to it. Tapatio, if you're watching this, let's get down to business. Okay, so we're gonna open the Tapatio. We're gonna take our mug with the G-Shock, and we're gonna do only three little squirts, and we're gonna say some magic words here, okay? Hublo kakapupu. And if you did it right, you should be left with a Gx56bb-1. Very cool. Whew, smells good. It's 4 p.m. Let's get down to business. All right. So I may have pulled some slight movie magic on you guys, but the point remains, the Gx56bb-1 is essentially a DW5600 on steroids. I mean, with that rectangular case shape and the two buttons on each side, you definitely see some design characteristic similarities. They share a similar aesthetic, we'll say, but the GX is obviously a lot bigger, and we're gonna be talking about this one today. So some quick specs: it's got a 42mm case, it's got a 200-meter water resistance rating, it's got the 48 city time zone, it's got the chronograph, the alarms, power saving function, and it's got that really convenient auto calendar pre-programmed all the way to 2099, so you don't have to worry about that. And this one is solar powered. So here it is on my 7.5-inch wrist, and I gotta tell you guys, it's really hard not to feel like a total badass when you're wearing this, because it's almost like you inherit its strength. It is just such a tough watch. But guys, one of the main complaints about this watch is actually not about its size or how it wears, it's actually about legibility in low light conditions. So because this watch has that really cool looking negative display where the background is black and the numbers are white, people say that when it gets dark out, it becomes very difficult to read the screen. Now, I don't really understand that complaint, because part of the fun of having a G-Shock is pressing that button and getting that backlight, right? I mean, when I was little and I had a G-Shock, all I did was play with this backlight. So if it's getting dark out and you're having trouble reading the screen, just take the extra millisecond, press that button, and you got a really well-lit, legible screen. And as I said earlier, this watch is solar powered, which makes it incredibly convenient. This watch actually made my top 5 solar powered watches list, so if you haven't seen that episode, click the link in my description below to watch that. Now, one of the cool parts about having a solar powered watch is obviously you don't have to worry about batteries, but it's also kind of the get up and go factor. Like, this is the watch that I literally just throw on and leave the house with because I know it's always running. And although it is a really big piece of material on my wrist, I'm not really too concerned about banging it around on anything because it's a freaking G-Shock, right? Like, I've given this thing some pretty decent knocks already, and it looks just pretty much pristine, and it's working perfectly. So, I mean, can't beat that. Just a typical G-Shock. And if I ever do find a way to break this thing, it's about $100 to replace it. So it is more expensive than the DW5600, but it's about 50% less expensive than even an SKX. All right, guys, and there you have it. All in all, just a very fun watch to wear. And if you follow me on Instagram at The Simple Consultant, you'd know that I wear this watch all the time. It's honestly my go-to just throw on, get out the door watch, because I know it can handle whatever I'm about to get into. Just an amazing watch and incredibly affordable. But let me know what you think. Do any of you have this G-Shock? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Would you never ever wear it? Leave me a comment in the comment section. Again, I want to hear from you. And if you're interested in this G-Shock Gx56bb-1, we have them at the Time Teller shop for around $100. You can't beat that. So click the link in my description below, shop around. It really does help the channel out a ton, so thank you so much for that. And if you're new here, you haven't subscribed yet, I want to urge you to consider clicking that subscribe button. It takes 1 second and it helps me out a ton. While you're at it, you can go ahead and click that little bell icon so you do not miss an episode of the Time Teller. There's just so much more awesome content on the way, and you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with other watch enthusiasts, other people that you think would enjoy this. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time, I just tell it.